Hey everybody, it's Cyclone. I wanted to make an update video just to give you guys a heads up on, where I am and kind of uploading content to the channel. I am slowing down a bit with my video production. I'm getting kind of busy at work and life in general. So for me right now, I'm a little bit less motivated to pump out content constantly. Uh, Borderlands 3 is kind of the game I was banking on to be providing constant content for all of you. We did just have a really great update from Mose. Her anointments got buffed substantially, and that's going to help my builds tremendously when I'm not an Iron Bear. So I'm very excited about those damage increases. Having said that, I want to talk about the state of that game, and I also want to talk about expectations. I'm going to tell you my perspective as someone who started from the first Borderlands game, didn't play the pre-sequel, didn't play the Tales. I played 1 and 2, the ones that matter. I'm sorry. If you're a fan of the pre-sequel, that's cool, but that wasn't a true Borderlands project. It was a money grab on the success of Borderlands 2. But that's besides, I'm not going to get into that argument. Let's talk about Borderlands 3 right now. A lot of people are upset about where the game is at this time, and in my opinion, the most guttural issue, the one that hits hardest, is the fact that nothing feels super rewarding, and I'm going to explain that in a little bit of detail right now. In some ways, I feel like Borderlands 1 and Borderlands 3 are more similar than Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. Now, I freaking loved Borderlands 1. I played that game a lot. Um, it was basically a genre-defying game. I loved the Diablo series at the time, and I played Torchlight, and then I played this game, and it's like, holy cow, I'm back. I'm back where I want to be, loot games. I love loot games, and first-person shooters are really cool, and wow, there's so many guns. Now, Borderlands 1 did not have the refinement in its character skill trees, but they were there. Like, you had different archetypes. What really sold it to me for Borderlands 1, though, was the fact that you did not have brand loyalty. Every maker made almost every gun type. So just think about that. You could find an Atlas shotgun. You could find a Hyperion rocket launcher. These were crazy because you could find like Torg, Hyperion, and Tediore rocket launchers, and they were all different. Even though they had like the same base fire mode, like the 3-shot rocket launcher, for example. But you had 3 different manufacturers making that same rocket launcher. Now, while the number of guns in Borderlands 3 far surpasses Borderlands 1, the fact remains is that they stuck with the manufactured limitations of every brand because they want the lore to exist. I do understand that. Having said this, in my opinion, it hurts the item hunt when the manufacturers are limited to a couple of categories. Because you're not finding that crazy offshoot gun. And that's the part I'm trying to get at. Nothing feels ultra special. The Borderlands 2 had the same problem, and in some ways it was worse. However, Borderlands 3 does something else, which I see where the issue is. Not only is the manufactured limitation an issue, but then the fact is you can farm all of the legendaries pretty easily compared to the other 2 games and see all of the gameplay options within the first 4 months of release. I understand streaming was a big part of this game, and they want that gratification, and they want weapons to exist, and also because people mod and hack weapons, those of us who don't finally have a chance to get some god tier shit. Like, finally, I can play like a modder. There are pros and cons to this. The cons to this are that we've seen everything already. I've played with 95% of legendaries. And I've seen god tier guns and rolls for the current meta already. Okay, so now what? In Borderlands 2, I was farming for just a copy of several of the legendaries. For 2 to 3 years, I was farming the game. I don't necessarily want to go back to that level of rarity again. People are complaining right now about the dedicated boss drops. Do you all forget Borderlands 2, how hard it was to get one copy of a legendary item? You people have forgotten everything. You could farm the bunker 100 times and maybe find the bitch once or the B shield once. Like maybe twice. That's how hard it was. You people are friggin' crazy. You all forget how hard it was in Borderlands 2. I think the contrast is everyone was so used to farming Grave Ward and getting all the legendaries, and now they're complaining about the dedicated boss drops. Like, that's what Borderlands 2 was. So pick your poison. Do you want them easy or do you want them hard? I think then it comes down again to the issue of finding something special. And since we've seen everything, and because all the manufacturers like only make 2 to 3 variants of a gun, and also firing modes aren't that different, the item hunt becomes less special. Again, Borderlands 1 did something crazy. You could find 2 very similar SMGs. One would fire double bullets. The other might fire spiral bullets. Bullets that would spin around in a tornado effect. Then you might find a double version of that. Then you could find what we call the double anarchy. God, do I miss the double anarchy. Those guns were freaking awesome. A 4-shot, like basically shotgun SMG. Such a cool idea. And we don't have that anymore. They got rid of the crazy zany guns in a lot of ways. And to me, that's annoying. Now, they do have the E-Tech, the alien guns in this game. And I do love those because they change how you play. And TDORs have tons of different variants. And that's cool. I think TDOR is on the right track. But like doll, what's special about dolls? They feel good, but there's like, you don't have a doll that like shoots exploding rounds, for example. Or you don't have an Atlas that has like the TDOR homing reload. Like you throw out a homing Atlas gun. Like, I know the tech is supposed to be in the lore, but can you just picture how much more fun the item hunt would be if those variations existed in the game? And you could, again, like find those rare one-off items. So that's one key area, I think, where people are getting worn down. The other one, I think, is, well, first of all, the single-player content. The story is not very appealing. The fact that you can't skip cutscenes is also very unfortunate. I'm waiting for them to do that so I can level up Zane and Flak. I can't bring myself to do it for 8 more times. No, 4 more times. 4 more campaign playthroughs. I cannot do it, guys. Like, I can't. I play the fucking campaign on mute. Like, I don't, it's awful. So I don't do that. We need to be able to skip every cutscene and just get to the freaking point and clear the content ASAP. It's just brutal. So that's another area. Like leveling up is painful in this game. That's very unfortunate. It shouldn't be painful, but it is. Now, I know you can exploit, or you used to be able to exploit, but the fact remains. Now, I think another issue is and this is the inevitable future. People feel like there's nothing left to look forward to because they're not releasing new characters. They're releasing new skill trees. This also means they're probably releasing new level caps. That's the part everybody right now. If you are sweating about the gear farming now, why are you worried? A, they could balance change your favorite gun. But they already did the ion cannon. Apparently, they've nerfed the reload speed. Number 2, the level cap's going to go up. So all of that gear that you just farmed is going to become trash. Don't worry about it. Wait until they tell us this is the final level cap. Then you can farm and complain and moan about everything. But right now, there's no reason to moan and complain about farming. I think people are just forgetting how these games progress every time. If they're introducing new skill trees, the level cap has to go up because we're going to have more skill points. There's just no way, like, it just is the only way it makes sense to me. So don't worry about the item hunt right now. Just play with some fun gear and a couple of pieces of gear, like God tier class mods. Those ones you should be looking for. The class mods are probably the ones, and the relics and the artifacts, the accessories basically, are the ones that you should be looking for. And on that topic, those items need an absolute overhaul. And I mean a big overhaul. The slam and slide effects are trash. They should not require, such conditions to activate the slam feature. The slam feature should be on regular jump on a 5-second cooldown. You shouldn't have to go up to a mountain to then use the slam ability. Put slam on a 5-second cooldown, but have every regular jump use slam. Because imagine a slamming build. That's so cool. Imagine you throw out a black hole. You have a black hole shield. You have a vortex grenade, a black hole grenade, and then you have a slam. And then you have a Tediore. And you're creating a crater jump. That's a build that you could do. And that would be so fun, but we can't do it realistically. Because the slam can't be used unless you're above regular jumping height. It's come on, man. So they need to change that and improve some of the little mechanics that are existing because they feel like a waste right now. And that's really where I think the game can improve in some basic, straightforward ways. And the new skill trees will be a breath of fresh air. That's what I'm looking forward to because then it gives us new ways to hopefully play and explore the skill tree and how the characters operate. Again, fine-tuning in some of the side effects, the class mods, the artifacts, and those things. And maybe also give us a bigger skill limit on the class mod, +8 on one skill. Borderlands 2, it was so cool when you found a +6. I think you could even go +7. +6, I think, it could have been +6 is the limit. But that was really cool. And we don't have that anymore. I think it's +5. And you only get one skill on there. I just feel like there could be more with that. And creating more special side effects on the class mod. Moze has an ability where she... she drops a micro grenade upon splash damage. She has a 25% chance. That's okay. But what if you got ammo regeneration, grenade regen on splash damage, or enemies you'll get hit with the micro grenade. The micro grenade then lights everything off fire or applies shock, chain lightning, or maybe it stuns enemies in place. Because Moze doesn't have a great way to crowd control. What if it did something crowd control based, slows enemies down, or that's where things get crazy when you introduce some of those crowd control abilities. So, okay, I'm gonna stop the video here. Again, I will be uploading some more content maybe this weekend, guys, because I want to see how the anointment buffs for Moze have helped her. I have a few pieces of gear that are now absolutely God tier, and I really want to try them with Moze. So I will be doing that. But until next time, guys, this is Cyclone signing off.